place where from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Welcome everyone to AMD Ryzen and Windows 11 present the Esports Club Challenger Series for Valorant, powered by Crucial alongside a broadcast partner Loco. I'm CCB, joined alongside Aggressive, and we are bringing to you the second qualifier quarter-final matches. This is the penultimate day that we have here of the qualifier stage. We've had hundreds and hundreds of teams register. We've had over 1,000 players register for the qualifiers to move on forward in the group stages to play against the best teams in South Asia and to potentially secure a spot in the LAN event as well. Right now, we are down to just 5 teams. By the end of this best of 3, we will only have 4 remaining who will fight it out against each other tomorrow to decide which teams move on forward directly into the group stages, which teams will have to fight in the wildcards. It's a whole process, but every single team, no matter where they are, group stages, wildcards, or still in the qualifiers, everyone is playing for the same prize pool, which is going to be 15 lakh rupees.
15 lakhs is a big mark. And honestly, when the split is this massive as well, which each of the players having an opportunity to also snag 1 lakh from the MVP,
Mm-hmm.
you know for a fact that the stakes are just going to get higher and higher every single day as we inch closer to the group stages. And in the group stages itself, the players, they need to bring out their inner demons on the server if they really want to perform. Because at this stage, we are pretty much at our closing moments. This will be the second semi-final game.
Yeah.
So you know that we are one step closer to closing everything out. Tomorrow will be the finals where we crown the last 2 teams and also figure out exactly which 2 teams will be hitting on down for the wildcard event.
Oh boy, wildcard event. It's going to be amazing as well. We have no breaks right here till the end of July. Again, constant Valorant action right in front of your screens every single day. And it doesn't end here. The top 4 teams, as we can see on our schedule, they will move on forward and they will be playing in a Challenger Series finals taking place in the Esports Club Arena on the 12th, 13th and 14th of August. Again, it's going to be a LAN event, not just a LAN event. We won't just have the Challenger Series finals. We will have so much more. We'll have community events, we'll have cosplay competitions. You will get to meet your favorite content creators, your players, everyone that will be attending. It will be the biggest esports festival being held in India in 2022. How do you get yourself there? Well, again, go in the description, get yourself some tickets for all 3 of the days. Tickets are free. If you're not already in Bangalore or near Bangalore, you will have to figure out traveling. That's something you got to figure it out. But trust me, it's going to be worthwhile. It is really going to be amazing atmosphere right there. And today it's going to be, and today is going to be even electrifying of an atmosphere because we have our second matchup of the day. It is Delhi Metro up against Medal Esports. Now, Delhi Metro again, a roster without an organization backing them just yet. They are making waves throughout the scene. They've got such prominence within their roster. They've got so many known players in the community, and they totally deserve the quarterfinal spot that they have gotten. But so do their opposition. Medal Esports also are very willing to fight out this best of 3 and move on forward into the finals. Whichever team loses here, they will be out of the qualifiers. They'll be losing their spot to get into the land, to get a share of that 15 lakh prize pool. So the stakes are as high as they can be.
It's just with the stakes being this high, the teams need to start showing up. And after what we witnessed from Anari Army, something that was a massive surprise for our side. I'm a bit more on the, let's say, opposing end of a lot of what the popular opinion will be here. Metal, they're the home favorites. They should be the one to take it, considering how much practice they've been putting into it. But Delhi
Right.
Metro as a team, considering the raw talent that they have, and also the up and coming star that kind of stepped down a bit too early, Shivy being on their side, when you have that level of an IGL on your team, who was regarded to be the best IGL for Revenant at the time when they were still playing on that, and sorry, not Revenant, it was God Particles still. Revenant happened
Mhm.
way after. So whenever he was playing on God Particles, he was able to take down the greats. Taking down Enigma is not an easy feat. And through the IGLing of Shivy, they were able to do that. When you have that prominent of a player on your team to push your entire squad forward, it just it's incredible to hear. But then again, it's a little bit much more of my speculation of what the teams could be capable of. And capability alone is not going to push you to that finish line. You need to prove yourself on the server. You need to hit your shots. Your strategies need to be keen, needs to be precise, and also needs to be adaptive. Let's head on down over towards the map video screen, see exactly where these teams are going to be taking us, because this is the best of three, ladies and gentlemen. A long series awaits us. Fracture is going to be the thing that starts it all off.
Chosen by Medal Esports, Fracture makes total sense. Last time we saw Medal play this map was in the first qualifier. I think it was in the quarterfinals as well, but back then it was against Lethal Esports. And from that, Lethal Esports had managed to defeat Medal. It was the decider map of Fracture, 13 and 11. The win was. Lethal then moved on to the finals. Eventually, they were one of the two teams from the first qualifiers to secure a spot in the group stages. They played brilliantly, but we can see after a long and grueling BO3, where Medal had one of the best maps ever on the map of Bind, again dubbed by me to genuinely so far have been the best map we have seen in the Challenger Series so far. They were down. It was a 4 versus 5 scenario from the second round. They were 3 and 9, and then they went on forward on their attack. Still a 4 versus 5. Finally, I think it was God Vexy who managed to rejoin at like the 23rd or some round, and they managed to defeat Lethal Esports 13 to 11. It was a oh my god, amazing, amazing map. But still, sadly for Metal, they weren't able to close out the BO3. This time, they've got the second redemption. This time, they are at the same stage as they were previously. Back then, it was Lethal. Right now, it is Delhi Metro. Map is going to be Fracture. The decider map of the previous time Metal were outed is now the first, is now their own selection. And I think, yeah, I think Metal always go for the double sentinel usually. I it's either the double sentinel or on Fracture. Many a times we have seen Metal go for focus a little bit more on the initiator side of things, but no. Vexy chooses the Sage, Ezzy on the Chamber, and we already know what Metal are thinking. What is the game plan for Delhi Metro?
For them, planning is not going to be that simple. Looking at the compositions, though, Breach a must-have pickup if you're not playing Breach on the map of Fracture. You're pretty much throwing the game right there, because the
Yep.
way that the Breach can take control of the entirety of the map is something that no other agent can even personally do, especially from the initiator perspective. Personally, the Fade has been in contention to be a quite an important pickup on this particular map, but from the other side of the spectrum, I
Select
do
your
see the
agent.
Sage getting picked up as well for Delhi Metro, which is very interesting in my eyes. Sage, Sage, and of course the Neon, a composition that is commonly used by more EU teams. This could just be quite an interesting affair. Both teams going in for the exact same composition, with the only primary difference being the Neon versus the Raze. Now, Raze adds a lot of utility to the arsenal, but on the other side, the Neon just allows you to be a lot more aggressive, be in your face, and gain space really quickly. Which one will
Yeah.
be a lot more powerful, though, in this case? Because the Neon can play off the breach really easily, but on the other side, the Raze, I don't know. It's more like a wrecking ball moving forward.
Yeah, I never really know, but it makes sense why Delhi Metro are the ones to go for that Neon pick, because Neon with
On
her ult with a very fast ability is as fast as the Delhi Metro. So
Yep.
That's just the first. That's just the first. Again, I'm saying this to everyone in the audience watching. I said this to Aggressive before we went live with the cams. If you are in Delhi or if you frequent the Delhi metro a lot, this is going to be potentially one of the most entertaining maps for you because the amount of puns I'll be making. So I hope you enjoy it. Will they be cringe? Most of them, just like almost all of my jokes, but you will enjoy them nonetheless. Regardless, the match is going to be exciting no matter the teams. It's about the players in them. And for Delhi Metro, they're on defense. Medal Esports surround and try to attack everywhere. For the time being, Ezzy all by himself. He'll be against 3 defenders here on A dish. Flashed out of his mind, and that's an easy kill for these defenders. Where are the rest of the attackers? All of them near B, looking to push forward.
That's a pretty sad kill as well. The level of utility usage was perfect. Shivy being able to find that first catch was beautiful. Whitehorse over from the side, gets on the top side. Has the first kill, but now Tricky. He's looking to close things down from his end. Whitehorse pretty much stuck between a rock and a hard place. 1 player on his sides, 2 player on his front. Where does he go? Absolutely nowhere. But Hulks, he's gonna come in for the cleanup duty. Has a stun in place. Doesn't really find the shot, but deals the damage that he needs for his team. Got Vexy looking for the right click that he wants. But the Bermuda Triangle seems to have been formed into a pyramid instead.
Right, so that's round number 1. Delhi Metro, easy round for their side, almost being a team ace. Everyone pitched in, everyone got a kill or 2, and they just outed Medal, who themselves, as soon as Ezzy died towards A dish, I'm pretty sure Ezzy relayed a lot of information that at least there are 2 players on A dish, go to B as soon as possible. But then came in the Sage Wall from Whitehorse, and it just disconnected the push Medal we're looking for. And after that point forward, it was a lot of mishaps just occurring, them losing their gunfights, even trying to go into the bomb site, not being able to plant the spike. It wasn't the best of circumstances. So a very good defense from Delhi Metro. Good situational awareness. Not only that, they got the opening kill. This time, however, dealing with the attack will be, should be relatively easier considering they've got the better weaponry. Spectre's full armor, Marshall's on board. Medal want to execute onto the A-bomb side for the time being. It's Chamber all by himself. His team follow on forward, but they follow him into death.
Whitehorse and Chivy. The good old buddies playing together once again after how long? CCV, I'm pretty sure you don't even remember those days.
No, it
I'm
was
thinking
F1
back
LS,
to
right?
my day when...
Was it not an F1 LS? Was it before that?
No, they didn't. Yeah, it was way before that. Whitehorse was still
Oh.
playing in Godlike back in the day.
Oh,
F1 LS didn't have. Yeah, so that's why I said back in my
was,
day when I was
no,
still
no,
young
hey.
caster.
That was back when I was just starting to get Valorant. That was like Blackhawk, Evan, Whitehorse. Who else was there? I don't remember.
Deathmaker.
Yeah, oh yes! Deathmaker, he still has the highest amount of kills in a game when he was in Godlike. Now though, well, plenty of kills taking place once more. It is the full buy of Medal Esports. Though Delhi Metro has the man advantage, Shivi can only increase it. No, unfortunately for him, he can't. All alone as the breach goes down on the B bomb side. The spike for the first time may just go down. Eddie! Oh, what has happened? What has happened? Oh, yeah, that was...
That's what happened. Plan's not going down yet, though. Ooh, Weezy. Looks a beautiful frag over onto 1. And now it's all up to JN. Timing is everything here. Just needs to wait out for the blind, but nope. He's gonna go in for a swing and a beautiful shot to the face. Good God, got Vexy. Didn't even know what hit him there. Swift and clean. That is what the members of Delhi Metro are going in for. And hey, I'm gonna give you your avenue for another Delhi Metro joke. Go for it.
Swift and clean? That's exactly what the Delhi Metro is. Unlike other public railway systems, cough cough Mumbai, we have ACs, we have closing doors. Wow. That's it. Yeah, that's the joke for now.
Did you?
Oh, I love this. Please, Delhi Metro, please, even whatever happens, to me, I'm fine with either one of these teams winning. Of course, I like all teams equally. But I just hope Delhi Metro stick with this name. It just provides so much opportunity for creativity for me.
now, though. Slow push over on towards the side as he... Pretty hefty miss there, buddy. That's gonna cost you. Wheezy. Over on the other end, though.
Let's
Not
go here.
really in a position where they want to run it down from, but White Horse. Oh, the timing. It's gonna be there. Has the Sixth Sense,
Strike
checks
down,
on behind
B.
him. Catches Bad Bam out far. And now Fox, he's looking for a frag, but against White Horse, nah, it's just not gonna happen. This guy's an absolute Chad. He's a demon for a reason. And this demon is looking for even more frags. Has the proper angle. Has the third. Looking for the fourth. Should be able to get him. And nope. Tricky's just way faster. Tricky whips out the Sheriff and slaps another one with it. And Chivy, perfect timing, perfect crosshair placement. Catches out Tricky, shuts him down, and gets a 4-0 for his entire squad.
Wait, is today the day of upsets? First, Win Streak Esports losing out to Anari. Now, Medal Esports, the team that went 11-13 against Delhi Metro. Currently, down 0-4. I mean, you can say a little bit that, okay, yeah, they've got double Sentinel and on attack there against double Sentinel as well. And of course, one of those Sentinels, White Horse, is just having an amazing day in the server. But everyone getting shut down is a little more than just compositional differences. I mean, look at these attackers right now. Look at Hooks. Look at where he's pushed up. It's going to be the opening kill for Shivy. Aftershock goes through. Everyone on the defense is converging forward into the position of Medal Esports. And very soon, it's just one player all by himself. 1 versus 1. JN, he does secure it. A little too aggressive for the side of the defenders, but they still close it out. 5-0 now.
This is fast. And did you expect this? Or, okay, I'm gonna say it in this way. I called it, didn't I, that the members of Delhi Metro will have a pretty significant advantage in the way that they take so many more of these engagements, because they have team play and synergy that the other side does not. They've been playing together for a pretty long time, and the level of grind that the members have been going through, it's insane. Looking for more though, JN. Maybe biting off a bit more than he can chew here. He just needed to leave. He stayed for the fight, and that's going to be the big one for him. Fox is going to be able to find another refrag. And I think I already cursed them trying to talk about them too much. Again and again. It happens too often. I'm tired of this.
I still have the chances. Yesterday I actually had an anti-curse or something along the lines of that. I spoke about the player, and then he had just an exceptional performance. It was a Harsh on the side of Reckoning. When I spoke about him, praised him a little bit for the Battle Sage, he had 2 kills, 5 deaths or something. I was talking about him utility and all, not just the Battle Sage. And then he went on and got 18 or something. It just, I mean, I think he was top fragging or second fragging. But yeah, I finally had my anti-curse. Right now though, it's going to be Hooks, who just is a little too antsy on the trigger right then with the movement. Peeks a little too much into the crosshairs of Medal Esports, and finally we see some retaliation from the attackers. They waited for Delhi Metro to make a move, and Delhi Metro, these guys, they just kept on pushing forward and forward, and unfortunately for the first time in this entire map, it caught up with them and it bit them in the back, and now they have to suffer the consequences. Oh.
Work out our differences.
That was a pretty hefty hit. That's gonna be the first loss. And yeah, just as soon as they started talking about a team, they started losing. I am depresso espresso right now.
I'm trying to think of a joke. No.
Yes.
Since, espresso, it's boba and, I was thinking of some wordplay. It didn't work. Anyways, alright. Enough of that. Delhi Metro now. Advantage for them. Medal Esports though. Plenty of ultimate for both these sides. And well, speak of the devil, it's time for the orbital strike alongside the rolling thunder. Look at that in unison. Easy. Double kill. How do Medal recover from this? I mean, they've got the resurrection. I think, yeah, Fox will be revived. But so much of an advantage, so much of that momentum shift now goes in favor of the defenders. Middle Esports, they've used up 40 seconds of this action phase, and all of them still in their spawn, now getting picked off
Spike
even
down,
further.
attacker spawn.
And beautiful frag over onto one. He's just gonna hold it down with the operator over onto B main. But Metal, they know it's a pretty tough angle to go in for. They want to take this fight. It's gonna be pretty dangerous. Fox though trying to go in for the setup, but Wheezy, he's just holding. He's just chilling. He spots out one, swings out for the first, and Shibby gonna be coming in for the backup. Pokes from the sideline, sliding into their DMs, and Shibby with the tiny knife, or is it just me? Oh yeah, he does have a tiny knife. Damn. The RGX when it's tiny looks so weird.
Wait, is that a setting you can have for like the
No,
cosmetics?
it's a
Or
bug.
just
It's a bug.
Okay.
Due to networking.
Okay. See, I'm not a very savvy person about skins and all, so I would have believed you had you said that there's a way to like get the knives to appear like big or small. I would have been like, okay. I mean, I guess where there's a will, there's a way.
It's not that. It's not about the skins at all, though. Like this is
I
something
don't know,
that you
like
notice
some
the more you
cosmetic.
play. The
I
more you play.
I don't know. It's
Yeah. It's just about you being in your Spike Rush games. People in Spike Rush don't have that many skins, I know.
I mean, we have skills. That's why we're in Spike Rush.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's statistically proven. Spike Rush is requires so much more brain power than competitive matches. It's an average like Spike Rush silver is equal to like I think like platinum at the very least, yeah.
Yes.
But then again, anyone's equal to a Valorant platinum, so I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh goddamn. 1v1 request coming into your Instagram DMs. So make sure to follow us on our Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. Handles are pretty standard, but also follow Esports Club as well. You're gonna see a
Yeah.
lot of highlight clips, just like this Rolling Thunder Ultimate coming in from the members of the Metro. But SE, okay, good with the first initial tap. Hulk's looking for even more. Batman though, the trades are absolutely immaculate.
Player standing.
But Jivy doesn't really find out much. Gets caught, gets bagged, and with that, one more player remaining. JN with the operator. Yeah, I think it's better to just go in for a try. You have guns, buddies. So, Vexy has a bottom-sided avenue. Doesn't really hear the sounds being made, so he's gonna run around completely from the other end. And JN, he's looking to find this frag that he needs to close things out. He's gonna die for sure, but you know, get that one frag. Ooh. Things could be
Spike
looking a lot more
down
better.
B.
Alright, now trying some close quarter combat as he goes through the underpass, trying to finding defender from Arcade. Fox low on HP, so one shot with the headhunter. He can be dead, 30 HP, no armor, but it will be Fox who secures the kill nonetheless. So, operator dropped, second round picked up for Middle Esports, looking better, far better than they were in the initial 6 rounds. This is yeah, this is a whole lot better from their side, and they needed this, you know, even though Delhi Metro on their defense, like they've gotten 6 rounds at the very least, they would like a lot more, because the one thing we are seeing with these comms is that, yeah, on attacks, it's going to be very difficult going up against, I mean, almost a mirror comp, with the exception of the duelist. So if you are on attack, and if you're going up against Chamber and Sage, you will be caught out, you will have a lot of losses. So a 6-6 half isn't enough for Delhi Metro. They need a lot more. They need at least 8 or so rounds. But Medal doesn't look like they're in the mood to give their opponents those extra rounds, or give any kills to their opponents for the matter.
Trying to run their way in, but nope, that showstopper is gonna be beautiful. Takes out Jay in immediate, but White Horse, okay, he's still getting a couple of frags for the contestation. Doesn't have the resurrection available though, so that's pretty rough for
Spike
him to try and
planted.
live through. Needs to try and survive for his team though. Working his way in all the way from the very bottom. But for now at least. This is the bad man. Has the perfect crosshair placement for it. Gets it done. A 6-3 to boot.
Right here. Right here.
Another round for medal. Hey, I think my curse is guaranteed the entire time.
It's fine for Delhi Metro as well, be it a curse, be it anything else. Medal Esports, they just got to make sure that they keep on winning. And as for Delhi Metro, they just need to, stop this momentum a little bit more. And this round is going to be a lot more difficult considering, well, yeah, it's the weaponry. It's a very, like, not a weak buy, but not the strongest either. We are spotting a couple of judges, no armors, frenzies on board. Delhi Metro, they're scavenging for whatever credits they can find, whatever they can save for the future or for the next couple of rounds. And of course, in terms of ultimates as well, Neon's got that ult, but no one else does for the time being. So a lot of ult harvesting will come into play from the side of the defense if they're looking to get some kills. And that's the biggest thing. If they're looking to get some kills. So far, Medal haven't given them any. This is a different approach from Medal. They have been very, very passive right from the get-go. Delhi Metro, they were capitalizing off of this in the initial rounds. But after that, after the fact that once Delhi Metro started getting punished for being over-aggressive, even they've calmed down. They're also playing very much into the bomb side. And now it's Medal Esports who have to go for a take. But the defenders are doing an excellent job of stopping it. Look at Hope. Got the ult. Another. One more. Remaining. Yep. He gets his total of 3 kills in this round. And now it's all down to Ezzy. 1 versus 5.
30 seconds left.
Now for the Weezy. Okay, Ezzy nearly did a wraparound play. He turned around, got the first, and immediately whipped around for the second. 80s, 90s. He's got it all. But for now, it is a 7-3 scoreline. Again, 9-3 could be in contention, then I can annoy CCV to death. But for now, at least, looking at the composition and at the ultimates available, the attackers have the advantage to the force in hand and the Rolling Thunder to push their way in. What's the game plan? Because for now, Valor, they're looking to get that first bit of an advantage with JN holding down the line, but Godvexy, he's a lot more wiser. He knows to expect a possible push from JN because he loves to play it aggressive. JN, he gave the footstep away, and Godvexy, you should expect this.
Waiting. Got across that placement. Spots White Horse. That's one. JN still holding the angle. Now, does Vexy expect this? Does he expect another player, this time with a far deadlier weapon, to peek down the same angle as his teammate did? Oh! The Sage moves away just at the nick of time, and everyone from Medal now is getting in on the action. So, 3 kills for them. Spike going to go down. Delhi Metro. Well, Weezy, the one player who had that ultimate, who could have used that orbital strike in great positioning towards that A-bomb side, is now gone. It's JN with that operator all alone. And oh, Ezzy. All right, redeemed himself with that one tap, but that could have gone very, very wrong. But still, Medal Esports get their 4th round, and now we move on forward to the final round of the first half.
Those are what we call warning shots.
Mm-hmm.
We'll live for as long as you can on those ones. 7-4 though, but moving down from that, let's just talk a bit more about the problems of the ultimates and why the members of Delhi Metro are losing a lot more here. They're being a bit too aggressive for their own liking, and they're dying out because of it. Too much aggression is killing a lot of the space that they are gaining, and they need to try and just work around with that space. Wait for the attackers to come in, but JN, I don't like this position at all. With the easily just gotten killed there. Tricky working his way up from the sidelines, has full side control, and the side is there for the pick, and JN, beautiful one tap over on the Tricky. There's a gap in the smoke. He finds such a beautiful play and a good amount of damage to be thrown. Oh my god, that storm was absolutely perfect. White Horse, the setup's beautiful. He's looking for more, but White Horse finally gets taken down. That's another catch for them. And Hoax, he's trying to be a game changer for their side, but Batman's just way too quick. Finds another one for himself and got Vexy from the side, has the perfect crossfire. And Metal, the crossfire's immaculate. And Shivy, he's down in the deep as well. Has a good shot, but to get this clutch, it's close to impossible, especially with Fox holding onto both of his flashes.
so much more difficult right now. Time is running out, and there's just no opportunity remaining for the solo breach. Eliminated by Fox. Triple kill for him. Medal Esports, really good post plan. I mean, while the execute was happening, it was looking a lot more dicier. But they redeemed themselves. They held their ground. They waited. They abided by their time. And really good positions, you know. Just really, really good stuff, which allowed them to secure that win and a decent half. I mean, again, we gotta say, same comps on attack. They managed to get 5 rounds out of 12, 5-7. It's not all too bad. All Medal really need is the pistol, the anti-eco. They've equalized it. Now they're on defense with a double sentinel play against a double sentinel composition. It will be favoring them a lot. Delhi Metro will need to rely on Hoax a lot to get that opener. Of course, he'll have tremendous amount of utility being supported by VZ, Shivi, you know, to execute onto the bomb site. But it will be on to Hoax to get those openers to allow his team to then push forward.
For now, though, it's the 7-5 scoreline, so we can work around with this. Both sides do get a tactical pause, so they can at least speak to each other, just to get into that zone of what angles that they really need to hold. I'm a bit more in question of what exactly could be going on in the minds of Delhi Metro and how they want to attack. Because the Neon requires a lot of utility to be invested in her to get a lot of different sidelines open. And JN needs to be ready to, you know, occupy that level of space. From what I have seen, JN's been much more of that lurk role instead of being that secondary entry that tries to work exactly what the Neon is giving him. And if this is the play that is being made by Delhi Metro, then I do believe the biggest advantage will still go in the favor of Medal.
It can. It can go the way of Delhi Metro, but it's going to be a lot more. And yeah, they need to rely on a lot of those factors to, you know, essentially help them with securing the one of those. Gotta be to strike as soon as possible. But no, it's going to be Medal Esports completely overpowering and overwhelming their opponent. So the same way in which, you know, Delhi Metro won their pistol round, it's going to be Medal replicating that. And yeah, the attackers now. 3 versus 5 for them. Shivi near dishes. Gotta go either to the bomb site or hold this off angle. He chooses the latter, loses his life.
Spike planted.
Alright. The attackers have planted the spike at the very least, but still a very difficult position for them to play forward with. They eliminate the first defender now. Sage wall, excellent. Is there a lineup for VZ? There surely is. No, they're sticking it. Vexy is sticking it. And unfortunately for the attackers, they can do nothing to prevent that. So, yeah, sorry, I cut out for a second. I believe that was internet. But yeah, simple, effective round done for Medal Esports.
Seven and 6 though, man. Closing down rounds as fast as they possibly can. And now that Medal have taken another one for themselves, especially on the pistol round, that's perfect for their composition. Again, they're playing a Raze, a composition that is much more stronger on the defensive side. And I will emphasize this at all moments. Whenever I see a Raze without an Astra, the Raze is very weak on the attacking side unless you're on bind. But when you're on the defense for any particular map, the Raze can do wonders. And that is exactly what is being brought up by Tricky. Tricky, not only incredible when it comes down to his utility usage, but his raw mechanical skill is almost second to none. When you have this level of coordination on your team already, the members of Medal, they're in contention to win out on this particular eco round as well. The anti-eco is going to be good for them, but look at where the defenders are. Very aggressive on the A main sideline, but they need to be careful. Otherwise, this backstab could just catch 2 players off guard.
All right, so the two players right here, they are ready to deal with this attack, but all the utility has just boxed them down and boxed them away into this corner towards A halls. Yet they strike Ezzy Badman, double to their name, and it's just Weezy yet again all alone towards defender spawn, spotted out and killed. Medal Esports secure their anti-eco as well, looking really good. But now Delhi Metro can afford the rifles. Now Delhi Metro can afford everything that they want to, be it the rifles, be it the utility. They can have proper positioning and they can start executing with some of their set strategies in place. Question is, what are those set strategies? Because of course you can't be unprepared with a defensive favored composition on the attack, especially on Fracture, with just the Neon as the solo entry fragger. You need something in play. So we gotta see what Hoax can manage to do. For the time being, all the attackers converging towards the B bomb side. Hoax slips away from that op shot. Bullets have been traded, no lives taken just yet. Medal ready themselves for yet another execute.
Again, from the sidelines. JN looking for the first initial kill of Hoax is going to be able to find a catch. Got Vexy on the other end though. It's going to be in a pretty tough beginning for them to try and get around with Whitehorse though. Threads the needle perfectly. Catches out the player. And now it's a 4 versus 2 situation. Fox doesn't really have the weaponry to push up and help his buddy Tricky out here. Weezy though kind of fell asleep on the angle, but that flash was absolutely gorgeous. The grenades are going to be able to catch so much space, and Tricky, he's going in for this push. Going to be able to find one, possibly the second as well. But nope, Hoax is just way better on the trigger. Tricky, how does he find these shots? He's so incredible on these wide swings. Jimmy trying to live through it all. He has a flash to work with, but the spray doesn't really connect. But
Oh,
Chibi,
nice
he
try.
nearly pulled off a miracle there. If he did not have that flash, it was stuck.
Boy. Alright. So Shivi gets it for his team. Still costed Delhi Metro a lot. All of their rifles gone. They are forced. Spectre's half armor and whatnot. Meanwhile, Medal can still survive and still have enough resources and credits to move on forward for a full buy. Thing is, it's about the rounds as well. Delhi Metro, they looked really good, and they did manage to survive that post-round retake that Medal were going for. Can they do it again? For the time being, just initial round tallies taking place.
For now, though, it'll be Batman's turn to work up. Folks trying to get that first bit of information change, but nope! The timing's off, but Hoax still has the better weaponry for those close proximity fights. Catches out the first player, and he's making so much noise. That's perfect. The A side's ripe for the picking, and Hoax, he just needs to wait here now. Batman trying to go in for the catch. Knows for a fact that the player's on the underside. Batman does get flashed out, but
Taken down.
Hoax doesn't expect it. Oh, that's pretty bad. 4 versus 4, though. And Medal, they're looking to work their way back in towards the A side, but this retake will not be simple whatsoever because the attackers have so much utility to work with. And look at where Weezy's holding. I don't think they're gonna expect him. As soon as Tricky flies on in here, it's done for everyone.
Well, they are trying to take this fight right now. Easy kill for VZ. Spots another defender. Middle Esports now. They've got the man advantage. Do they have enough time to eliminate the Brimstone? Go for the refuse. They surely do. Shivi's got a swing wide. Badman sticking it. Shivi! Oh my god! Just in the nick of time gets it.
The best you've got.
He just spotted the head. He just spotted a pixel to shoot right there. And if Batman wasn't low, they were done for. Batman was extremely low on HP. If Tricky was holding that, he would have gotten the full defuse. Ouch. Heartbreak of a loss for the side of Medal.
Oh, truly. Middle Esports now. This will be hurting them a lot more, and they will have to face, all the consequences of that, all the repercussions of that round loss. Eco, for their side, upgraded pistols, Ezzy, silent.
So long.
Unfortunately for him, doesn't check the corner. Easy kill for JN. So that's the opener. Where are the remaining attackers? All of them huddled up towards A halls. All of them looking to find any more defenders. But yeah, Delhi Metro are not going for their usual strategy. They do not want to rush in. But Badman surely wants to rush out of the side, get a couple of kills. That's one. Goes back. Still got the orbital strike. So he can use that. There are many attackers on halls. But no, Badman will opt against it. And Medal Esports, they still live to see another day. It's up to the attackers to see and to do something in this round. Because wherever they're trying to execute, they're getting denied. Now, they get a free bomb site.
Vexy has a sheriff in hand, trying to go in for that first frag, but no! Oh my god, White Horse, he nearly pulled off a spray transfer of his life. If he got that kill, Vexy would have probably been kicking himself for that one, but Hulks, he has the perfect timing. But no, the shot does not connect, but he's looking for the secondary, sliding straight into the DMs of God. Vexy sends him a message and takes him home immediate. 10 and 7. Good god, these rounds are getting way too close for comfort here, CCV. It's not that good for my art, and my medical bills are not being paid by this.
I mean, for the side of Delhi Metro Medal Esports, you know, whoever moves on forward, and if they can manage to get a chunk out of that 15 lakh prize pool, they definitely can get medical bills or anything covered that they want. Large prize pool, every single team playing for the time being. Delhi Metro definitely have the advantage. 10 to 7, they lead. Their attacks are working. This time, a very rapid take of the B bomb side. Rolling Thunder alongside Hawks. Push forward. Medal Esports, they retaliate with their own ultimate. It's going to be the orbital strike. Doesn't take down anyone. You still have Hawks all alone. The arcade push is gone. The flanker, JN, the lurker, is eliminated. And Medal Esports now have the attackers cornered in the bomb side. This is looking really good for the defense if they can hold on with their kills.
Again, I don't like this idea still. Not having JN be on the main contention could just be an issue. Sending JN on the lurk every single time can cause some issues as he comes in with the first and everyone just bombards their way in towards the side. A floodgate has opened and the B side has been completely overrun. White Horse looking for a kill over from the side, doesn't really find out much. Ezzy with the re-swing catches out White Horse. And a 10 and 8 medal. They're now back on the board and they're getting the rounds that they want, but I don't think it's enough just yet. They need more to fight.
Yeah, for Medal Esports, you know, it's good, but we are seeing how lethal Delhi Metro can be. And Medal Esports need to do a lot more damage than just surface level round after round. They need to either deplete the resources that Delhi Metro have by, you know, letting them waste their ultimates. I mean, for example, if JN gets shut down right here with the Torde Force, that's an ultimate gone. If they can limit their credits, limit their utility and their guns, that's going to be really good. But that's also, it takes a lot of rounds to happen. And right now, for the side of Delhi Metro, well, they're just getting backed off by the utility. This has been the case for a couple of the rounds. Tricky showstopper. Does he use it? Is the question. Now, the attackers know the raise is there because the raise has already used the boombot and the pain shells. And that's where Tricky isn't going to be using the showstopper. He's just waiting on out. And we have the Torde Force present as well. We're just waiting. And I think everyone on the server is waiting for that initial kill to go in their favor.
First skill is where everything will start to come into play. Shivy. He's trying to set up his teammates, but again, Hawks, as soon as he swings out, he's dead. This operator's on the other side, and yep, that's the catch. JN should be able to find something more here, but nope. This is the difference between Medal and the side of Delhi Metro. Hawks went in too early. He should have waited for the sun to come in first before he tried to jump in. And because he was a little bit too excited to go in for that first initial peek, that costed his team the entire round pretty much right then and there. Two different polarities being showcased at once. That's how you know this game will be one for the books.
One enemy remaining.
Well, on the books of Medal Esports right now, they can credit another round, and for Delhi Metro, they'll have to debit away from the cash or bank account. And yeah, I mean, Delhi Metro another round lost another time that, you know, they gotta go for their buys, they gotta rebuy their weapons, and it makes sense why JN has gone for that tactical timeout. It's because Medal Esports are looking quite the opposition for DM right here. You know, Medal, not only have they been winning rounds consecutively, they're winning the duels, they're getting the gunfights. The ult economy is really good as well. Look at that, 4 ultimates for the side of the defense. They've got practically everything they need. Ults that deal damage. Yep, you've got the Tour de Force, the showstopper. Ults that concuss and completely stop and execute. Present as well, Rolling Thunder. And then, of course, you have the supportive ultimate of the Resurrection. Everything is present. Medal Esports have no scarcity of any resource possible. As for Delhi Metro, they have one of the most important resources lacking, which is, I wouldn't say confidence, but definitely, you know, some of that will to keep on winning and to just absolutely dominate your opposition. The tide has turned in this matchup. It is Medal who have the better hand. And it is Medal who are currently in the lead. Not literally, but figuratively they are. Because let's look at this now. Operator, 4 rifles, full armor, 4 ultimates, everything present for the defense. What are they lacking? Like I said, nothing. As for the attackers, upgraded pistols and a hero Vandal. So very, very soon, if Medal want to, they can equalize the score 10-10.
Now it's got Vexy's turn. Do you want to be the one to come alive here? He just needs to wait and see. Ezzy, though, already dealing the damage when it comes down to the operator plays. But Whitehorse, and again, he's just always the one to come into contention for these. Holtz has the perfect angle, trying to go in for the jiggle over from the side, trying to deal the damage that he needs to. But Holtz, he doesn't find it. God, Vexy shuts him down with a better gun. And Whitehorse, last player, doesn't have anything for himself. Too many sounds, too many angles. Fox is going to be the thing that breaks it to him. And with that, Medal, they've equalized 10-10. And this feels like a 3-game set, doesn't it, CCB?
It's got all the elements for that recipe. Yeah, of course. We saw our first matchup of today as well go the 3-map distance. It was very, very similar. Here, Medal Esports, they lost to Lethal Esports all the way back in the first qualifiers, 11-13. It was the decider map of the quarterfinals. Right now, still level scores. The team that secures this round, they will have a monumental advantage for their side. So both of them, they've got to give it their all. Delhi Metro can afford rifles now, can afford a full buy. Got a couple of ults on board as well, but it's about where they find that first gunfight. Let's see the set pieces working together. Towards B Arcade, you've got the Duelist and the Initiator. You've got Neon and Breach, together. Moving forward, looking for any defenders. Haven't found anyone. Medal Esports are also playing very passively, but they have people huddled up towards this B bomb side. They have reinforcements ready. On towards A, there is no one. Medal know about this, so they will anticipate this B execute.
Standard on the execution here. Batman, though, is pretty much gonna get caught. No one's holding from his top side, and the operator misses a couple of shots. Ezzy, pretty dangerous on that regard. Needs to find one more tap over from the side, but no, the operator doesn't find any form of value just yet. Fox comes in around the corner for some reason, catches out one. He's looking for even more, and Fox with a triple kill. He's looking for the final. Give this man the 4K that he wants. Give him the ace, but nope. Tricky. He's not giving anything away. Shibby, last person remaining, has a flash in hand. Couldn't even make his way in towards the side because of the Rolling Thunder and the operator presence that Ezzy had. That's all up to the IGL to try and scramble to pick up the pieces.
10 seconds.
It's not going to happen anytime soon, but Shibby, good movement, but Fox is just better.
I mean, standard breach plays, Rolling Thunder, Aftershock, first kill, behind the box, flash out, get a double, flash again, and well, Tricky came in time, but it's not like Fox wouldn't have been able to secure that kill by himself. So, another well fought out round on the side of Medal Esports, and things are to come. it is still the prep phase, and we wait and we watch what these teams think, more specifically, what Delhi Metro think and how they would like to proceed. So, next couple of seconds, let's just see what they're thinking of. Neon ultimate off. Folks, initial gunfight. This is a very aggressive play. This reminds me of Revenant Esports right here. They are ready, but Hoax is shut down. JN from Dish. He'll be good for one. Delhi Metro, they are committing to this A site execute, but Medal already have their members. Major problem. Now it's not. Got Vexy. 1 versus 2.
Oh no.
Ooh, whoa!
That's the better timing right there. Chivy. I don't think he has this. He needs to pick up the spike. The spike is pretty much in no man's land. I mean, it's everything there. God Vexy. He's not going in for the swing. He expects it, but Chivy. Ooh. Reaction time is just better for this old man, it seems. 11 and 11.
Huh? Expensive round for Delhi Metro, but still, they took the win. They used the Neon Overload, they used the Rolling Thunder, they've got no ults remaining. Medal Esports still have that chance of getting the 12th, getting the match point. If they want to, that is. If they'd like. So, we wait and we see. Now we shift our focus on the defenders. Now we shift our focus on what they'd like to do. Hoax yet again, hyper aggressive, and it pays off this time. This time he's not shut down. He pops off, but Tricky, he's like, alright, enough is enough. If one duelist shines, I've got to do the same. I have to live up to my responsibilities. Delhi Metro are ready for this B take. While we were focused on A, the spike went to B, and now it's planted in the ground.
Then this last couple of frags that they need are tricky. How does he get away with stuff like this? His movement is just so immaculate. JN with the immediate swing out catches out one, but got Vexy. He was too scared to go in for the refrag. This is pretty bad because it's still a 2 versus 2 situation. Swing out over from the side. Not gonna be the catch that they wanted. If he's gonna be able to shut down one. And now it's all up to White Horse. Good for one, but not good for the second. 11 and 12. That seems as though there is a chance for an overtime, but it's not going to be a simple one because a couple of the members from Delhi Metro, they don't have the buys to keep going.
Yeah, gotta agree with you. The buys right now struggling. Tour Force on JN. White Horse, 19 kills. Sage. Okay, I mean, you do you. Battle Sage in full force, but for Delhi Metro, they need Battle Sage, Battle Brimstone, every single agent that's out there. Vexy early wall delays the attackers just temporarily. The slow up will be a lot more effective at delaying them than the Sage wall could ever do in this instance. And you've also got Ezzy, Tour Force on hand. Oh, the Neon slips past. Folks, does he go up? Yeah, he goes up pillar, but it gives the audio cue to Ezzy. And now everyone is on the lookout for Neon. Everyone has got their attention fixated on this one agent. Meanwhile, the remaining focus and flood in from B main. What's the play from Medal Esports? Did they wait for Delhi Metro to make a move? There's so much time on the clock. It's dependent on the attackers now. They're in perfect position. They still need to push in.
Need to push in pretty quick here. They're running out of time, especially with the defenders still having... Hey, yep, this is where it begins. Goodbye, good night, sleep tight. As soon as I heard that orbital strike come in, I knew things just really were not going to be going in their favor. White Horse still has a resurrection available if he gets the catch.
One
But Ezzy
enemy remaining.
is just way
Spike
smarter than
down
that.
B.
Check the corner.
Or
Right
JN.
there.
Oh no. Oh.
I'm not giving this up.
Defenders win.
Good.
It's been a
Good map right here from Medal Esports. 13 and 11 win. And again, it's quite poetic. The same result with which they lost out to Lethal Esports in Qualifier 1. Same map. Now they take the win. Excellent effort from Delhi Metro as well. Gotta say, we are seeing them against, right here against Medal. What a fight that they had. The fight of their lives. It just unfortunately couldn't convert into a map win, but now we'll be going to their own map choice later on as well. We'll be talking about Ascent. We've got the decider map of Breeze. Both of us, we agreed that this may just go the entire 9 yards. We may see another decider map. You never really know. But talking about Fracture, talking about what just happened, Delhi Metro were looking so good at the start, but Medal had that consistency over the period of that entire map to just secure the win, and they did, barely by the skin of their teeth, but a win nonetheless.
If a team is able to get a win like this, yeah, they had to work for it, but it just goes to show how evenly matched both of these squads can be. As we head on down over to the highlights, let's try and give a little bit more emphasis on what really went wrong for the side of the Metro. And honestly speaking, I do believe they started playing a bit too predictably in a lot of their rounds after. And again, whenever you pick up that Neon, you need to facilitate him so well. Otherwise, there's nothing that the Neon can do. The Neon is good for taking space. The Neon is not there to get all of the kills. Yeah, a good Neon player can, of course, get some frags here and there, but against a very talented individual on the opposite end holding a rifle, sometimes Neon's just going to lose the gunfight. There's not much that he can do, but the trade potential needs to be there constantly. That's why JN going in for lurks was not something that I was really a fan of.
Like butter, baby.
The constant lurks just did nothing for JN at all. Just kept dying and dying over and over again in the most unconventional of positions. And he was not really utilizing any of the space being created by Hoax. Hoax was trying to do everything by himself.
Yeah, there was just so much taking place. You want to be the front line as well of your team if you are the chamber, but lurking, putting that responsibility on the Neon. I gotta agree with you. Put that pressure, and Hooks as well. He had a better day, but just couldn't do everything by himself, could he? As the side of then, Medal Esports, yeah, they had their like star moments. They had their shining performances individually, time and time again. This as well. Oh, what a clutch from Shivi. This was the headshot, 1 HP. Really good stuff. But overall, Delhi Metro, they got to focus on, you know, if they're changing their strategies, which they did right now. The one major thing we saw was the fact that apart from just being in the face of the attackers on defense, as what we spotted in the first like 4 to 5 rounds, once that stopped working for them, and once Medal prepared a proper counter for that, Delhi Metro shook up their strategies. Unfortunately, the improvised strat that they made during the course of this map didn't really work and did not pay off completely. So Delhi Metro, they got to think about a plan B, or just keep on changing your strats. That's something that obviously happens once a team, has got all of their I's dotted and all of their T's crossed. The synergy, the communication, everything is in place. But still, Delhi Metro can work towards that already. As we have a look at our beautiful scorecard right here, Tricky 23, and yeah, gotta say, Medal, man, they really had a very, very good performance.
They played phenomenally on this particular map. Every single turn was perfect and tricky, man. He has been getting MVPs for this team every single series. It doesn't matter what match he plays. The prodigy in action. And I honestly have to say that he is a prodigy that you must keep your eye on. A lot of great things is in store for this one particular player. And Tricky, he's just going to get better and better over time. He's still so young. He's still developing his talent. And I really want to see where he's going to end up on the big stage one day when he has that opportunity to do so. But small beginnings for everyone. And Metal Esports, they're honing his talent to perfection. 23 kills with 14 deaths. Auto raise on this particular map is not an easy feat. But then again, back towards the point I was making previously, Raze doesn't really need that much resources built into her because she can set up her own plays as well as set up his or her teammates for success. While Hoax, he can gain the space, but he can't really utilize it properly.
That is true. Yeah, as a Neon, you always want the rest of your teammates to follow on very, very quickly. I mean, it's one of the basic Valorant principles as well, right? The dive agent. We've seen very, very practical examples of that, even as the jet dive, before the jet nerf that used to be there. Instant dash into like Haven C long, for example, and then the remaining teams move on forward, or split A side, split B side, anything along the lines of that. As the Neon, it's quite similar. You aren't diving in as much as running in, but you need your teammates to cover the ground behind you, check all of the angles, most importantly, as well, to make sure that the hyper extension you're creating into the bomb site, into any avenue, any hallway, works out better in your favor. So, keeping that in mind, yeah, Braze versus Neon, really good to see. Everyone good performances. Wheezy as well, as the Brimstone, gotta say, I always focus on this. The controllers these days, I have used this title many a times to their side. They are just Mr. Consistent. I gave this title to Lucia from Lethal Esports in the first qualifier because he got so many kills as the Brimstone. Yesterday, I gave this title to Pixels from Reckoning Esports as well. Great day. And for the time being, VZ also has been doing an excellent job. Although it's just been map number 1. If you want to be Mr. Consistent, you got to be through the course of a best of 3, many, many matches. VZ seems like he'll be up for the task. Right now, though, map number 2 is going to be Ascent, Delhi Metro. They got to prepare for it. They have around, 8 or 10 minutes, which is usually how long a Delhi Metro takes to come back once it's left a specific station or specific line. But right now, yeah, Delhi Metro and all their players, they'll be taking a very, very quick break. And we'll be taking a quick break as well. So stay tuned, keep watching, and we'll be right back.
From the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics. from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, with the AMD Ryzen and Windows 11 presents the Esports Challenger Series powered by Crucial. We are now back after, let's say, a pretty hefty game number one because I'm just done. I was
Yeah.
so surprised in the way that Metal were able to take that. Initially, I was hyping up the side of Delhi Metro so much, and as soon as the hype started to kick in, it was 6-1, 6-2, 6-3. 5 seconds later, it's 7-5, and then suddenly it was 10-8, and now I'm looking at Metal winning everything out, and I'm like, did I actually jinx it that badly?
Wasn't just Jinx. Don't worry about it. It was also Medal, playing really, really well, especially towards the second half as well. They had their moments where, Delhi Metro were definitely looking on top. But overall, as we had highlighted, that over the course of the entire best of one, the map, we saw Medal being a lot more consistent in their playstyle, their communication. Things were working out. And on Ascent, it's going to be a lot simpler for these teams because Ascent really doesn't test the communication of a team as much as Fracture. It obviously does. You have to think about the rotations. With the attackers having such a clear opportunity of cutting down the rotates to heading on forward towards market or defender spawn, you have to worry about it. But it's not as taxing on your brain as something like Fracture would be. Keeping that in mind, both of these teams still have to give it their all, especially the side of Delhi Metro, because this is the final opportunity they have. If they lose out here, if they lose the map of Ascent, they will be out of the Challenger Series. They will not be moving on forward into the group stages or into the LANs. So, what have they gone for? Map of Ascent, they're looking and they have selected a double initiator setup. And I think last time we saw Medal here as well against Lethal, they went for something very similar. Fade and KO. Only difference was, Fox really likes to play the Killjoy instead of the Chamber, and it's going to be tricky on the Jet. So, not many changes taking place, just a couple of agent changes that is. As for the composition, as for the agent archetypes and their structure, it remains the same. Even the same controller, Astra, on Ascent, we've been seeing, obviously, Omen dominates the market nowadays post the Astra nerf. Even Brimstone has been picking up a little bit of traction. Not a lot of traction, but a little bit. Yesterday, we
Choose
saw
your
Reckoning
agent.
Esports go for that play, but this time, Badman alongside Wheezy, they'll be securing the Astra, they'll be locking her in, and very, very similar comps with just slight differences and slight tweaks here and there as per the comfortability of the players.
Honestly, I am leaning heavily towards the side of Delhi Metro for their composition. That composition just screams confidence. But then again, that composition requires you to also have proper lines of communication and understand exactly how to play around each other. One small misplay in the way that you use your utility, and the raise absolutely gets zero value. Because the raise is now dependent on the Fade and the Astra to give her the avenues to utilize her utility to proper extent so that at least at the bare minimum she can get a kill out of it. Not just damage, she needs a kill. That is how much of an investment you're putting into that one raise just by picking up the Astra as well as the Fade. But on the other side of the spectrum, we do see the Astra, but with the with the Killjoy coming in now,
Oh,
the KJ being on contention instead of the Chamber, they're looking to have a lot more firepower for the entry. Now, you could be asking me, what do you mean by firepower for the entry? And I'm referring to the Killjoy lockdown without without a breach on the other side. You don't really have to worry about much here in this particular map.
Where
Yes,
are
the KO can be quite a big nuisance, but it's not the end of the world with it. A bit of a lineup mess up, it seems, coming in from our boy Vexy, but it's okay. Match starts on a pretty slow note, but Sometimes having a slow start is better than having a full-scale rush.
Here.
I mean, seeing how both of these teams, they're playing on Fracture as well, they are heavily leaning into these slow starts, just figuring out the defense, slowly getting to know them. Oh, JN, great rendezvous. Just in the nick of time, saves his life. But Delhi Metro, yet again, they don't have any utility or they don't have any plans to execute on a specific place just yet. They have many of their players, most of their players outside of B main, but they're waiting out on something from Medal Esports. Medal are now going to be peeking. Ezzy, he can get an easy kill on towards mid, but no, it's going to be VZ. Secures the opener in this round, and Medal Esports, they need to delay this execute, and they do. Fox, Tricky, got Vexy, everything works in unison.
30 seconds
And
left.
for the time being, Delhi Metro, they are still moving on forward. Equal numbers. It's dependent on how much longer Tricky can hold these attackers off. Wait for his teammate to swing by. Now they do, and now it's a proper retake.
Spike planted.
The situation, but no. Hulks just as a stronger weapon for spray transfers.
Grenade!
0 and 1, and the Frenzy is able to reign in good, and Supreme has the double headshot potential as well. You gotta love it when you see it. But for now, that's all that they've really gotten here. Nothing more than that.
30 seconds left.
Pretty standard start, I would say. 2 versus 2 situation right off the get. Those spike plant came in. Couple of ultimate points here and there being exchanged. So first initial round, nothing more to talk about on that end. But Delhi Metro, good start, but they need to keep the ball rolling on their court. That is so important for them to have. But folks, ay. That miss could just be a cost.
Could be very costly if they're not careful about it. So, in towards the bomb side, Delhi Metro go. Medal Esports led them, playing for the retake. They try to retaliate a bit early on, but Ezzy and Badman, both of them fall to the specters of the attackers. And once more, it's looking like being a simple, done and dusted round for Delhi Metro. They don't want anything extra right here. They just want to make sure they do everything as per schedule. They do everything correctly, and they are. Just like the actual Delhi Metro. Nothing extravaganza. It just gets you point A to point B brilliantly, simply, smoothly. And that's it. Just appreciation for public transport system that we have here. But that's it. Appreciation for Delhi Metro and their players as well by their fans after their performance so far. Once again, just like the map of Fracture, they are off to a good start, but this is where Medal can strike back. Why? Because they will invest in the rifles. They will go for the full buys from this point forward.
Placing sentry.
Taking a couple of steps back from this point though. Now with the rifles finally in the hands of the defenders, Medal, they're looking to shut things down as quickly as they possibly can. This is pretty bad though. You have to remember that they couldn't really get the Nano Swarm activated, so they're now stuck in this sticky situation. And yep, Fox, I knew that was gonna happen. They needed to play that a bit more smarter, but they were not able to get much done. Tricky, not really able to go through the door as quickly as they wanted, but still, angle needs to be checked. Corner's gonna be cleared. Hulks gets shut down. But there's one player on towards the backup side, while the other is still on main. Badman with an immediate swing out, catches out one. Tricky with the final kill. Medal Esports, they get their way onto the board. 1 and 2. Very standard buy round. And pretty much the age-old Valorant start. You win out on the first 2. Then it went out on the buy.
Yep, it was the bonus inside of Delhi Metro. Couldn't secure it, but now they'll be going for 5 rifles full armor. As for Medal, 4 rifles and 1 LMG. Yes, that is God Vexy with the Odin. Where does
Favorite
Vexy? No, absolutely not. But where does Vexy choose to position himself? He'll be near mid. And he's just waiting it out. He wants that spam fire. He wants the attackers to walk into his crosshairs. Prowler will be destroyed by Tricky using the Phantom. Again, another method of baiting the Delhi Metro players. The Phantom will be heard. The Odin, very quiet. But it will be singing. It shall be singing very soon if Delhi Metro aren't careful about it. As for the attackers, well, they looking to execute. Still spread out all over the map. just waiting and watching.
Tricky. Over on the back end of it though, Shivy trying to get that first initial catch onto one of the players, not really gaining much out of it just yet. BZ around the corner that he needs to make his way up. Doesn't really find the contestant that he wants, but just swing it and jiggle it as much as you can because they need some information. Information is running dry for them. Small bits being given away in the form of footsteps, but look at Metal. They are playing so disciplined. No
30
forms of
seconds left.
overaggression in any way, shape, or form. No forms of utility being popped early on, but Ezzy is pretty low, and with the null command coming on straight in, now is where the crunch time begins. They don't have any way of stopping this immediate push. They're looking for the
time.
closing movements, and got Pixie catches on the first player over from the side. What?
Wait, Shivy, what?
He just walks straight in. Doesn't have bullets up, but he has enough for now. Gets the one catch. And possibly the
Last
other one as
player
well.
standing.
Tricky. Shuts down one more. And got Vexy with the All-Father. Takes down the final player. 2-2, and Chibi, he was as confused as us. So why the hell is he alive there?
Yeah. It was a game of cat and mouse, and the smoke just made sure no one could see anything that was happening. I'm very sure Shivy had the intention of slipping past the defenders and trying to flank them. Thing was, the defenders also pushed the smoke, so now they were in Shivy's previous position, and Shivy was in theirs, and well, we can see the chaos that would ensue from that point forward. But even in the bomb side, unfortunately for Whitehorse, he was looking towards A Heaven. And that's where he was struck down from, you know, a backstab. He wasn't checking the right corner. And after that, Spike was diffused. Easy enough round. Delhi Metro, though. 2-round loss for them consecutively means inferior weaponry. For the first time, Delhi Metro will not have the best of weapons in the round. And Metal, they want to take advantage of that. There's Tricky in the corner. One, all alone, 25 HP with the Vandal. Has the assist of Batman. Spray down. That's a double headshot. And it is a massacre on A Main Street.
Tricky, he gets his revenge kill though. Has only 3 HP but doesn't care. Goes in for the wide swing and for the tap to the face. Confidence on this guy. It's just beautiful to watch. They get the first initial couple of rounds down perfect, but again, they're on the defensive side, and I'm stressing this a lot. The defensive side of Ascent is very easy to take a hold of, but the composition that the members of Delhi Metro are running, this comp can easily take over the attack in comparison to the defense. So I don't know what's the plan for them here on out, but I don't like this box. This could be the most dangerous play that you could have ever made in your entire life, but it's completely fine because apparently Metal, they're just better when it comes down to raw mechanical skill, but Hoax, he's able to contest, and he's still able to keep the fight going. Spike still not picked up yet. And Batman has the proper corner, has the proper timing, has the angle, and also the crosshair placement to boot. Beautiful shot to take out the final player. And with that, 4-2. And another equal round going on the other end of Delhi Metro.
Yet again, yeah, Delhi Metro really suffering when it comes down to, you know, like the economy, just their credits, overall in terms of ults as well. I mean, look at that. Metal got 4 ults. So Delhi Metro, major time constraint for them. Like you said, the side swap can help them. This can work out for their side, you know, them being on defense. Like, they can work it out, but they still would like a better half. They don't want to be at a severe deficit, sorry. Just like what we saw on the map of Fracture. 5-7, that's manageable. We can see teams make a comeback from that. We just saw Medal make a comeback from that. So keeping that in mind, it's not out of the hands of DM just yet, but it's slipping away every single round. They lose. Medal are inching closer and closer to a far more comfortable win. And this round is no different, but JN, oh, jump shot onto Tricky. Beautiful play. For the time being, Batman is all alone in the bomb side. Now Ezzy swings by, and he's holding the crossfire. And Ezzy greets Hooks, and another onto Shivy. But there is the Torre force of JN, and JN has managed to get a kill out of every single bullet he's fired. 2 more defenders alive and 2 more bullets in the chamber.
More bullets in the chamber indeed. Now Fox, he's already gotten a bit of information here about exactly how this is going to be held out in. But White Horse has been spotted, and yep, that's a good bye. Good night. Sleep tight situation for him. Fox, he already knows where the last player is. Swing out from the side, but why? Oh, this is bad. This is very bad.
The lockdown. No.
Oh! That catches it. Fox, he
Close.
expects it. Oh, damn, that was way too close for comfort. If Fox didn't hear that teleport down properly, that would have been done for. Get deoded.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait, no. There's an operator here. I forgot about that.
Whatever gun it is, most importantly, it's a round, and it's another defense of Medal Esports that held on, even though this was a lot more closer from Delhi Metro. They broke through the first barrier. They got that entry, all thanks to that chamber, and this is where I think aggressive. You'll definitely like to mention it. Jane is having a lot more of the active role on attack, focusing on the executions, unlike Fracture, where you had highlighted he was playing that lurker kind of role, not focusing on the active gunfights. Here, he's doing wonders for Delhi Metro so far, even if the timeline and even if the scorecard suggests the opposite.
That's a good spot.
There's a reason for it as well. The chamber on this particular map doesn't really get a lot of value out of lurking. What do you really get? If you're a Cypher, maybe, but playing with your team, playing for these entries are way better here. Especially when you can take such aggressive fights as due to your teleporter to move around from one side of the map to the other. But now, things need to get slowed down a bit here. Metal. They're a bit more on the back foot, and yep, because of the null command, there's nothing that Batman can do to try and stop this. Holding on down over from the corner, it's gonna be tricky to find the first. Tricky's looking for the second. Beautiful operator shots. Go on, get the third that you need. Batman misses a very crucial
Spike
shot.
down A.
That one shot miss.
I have the spike.
Pretty much the biggest, most costliest one. Fox though with the swing, absolutely gorgeous on the play. Last player remaining, and Fox, he gets it all. Poor old Desi has to die out for the cause, but hey, at the end of the day, it's all about the frags.
He's a martyr. He's a martyr in the making. As he died for the cause, exactly. And for Delhi Metro, yet again, time is running out. They need a couple more rounds. I mean, right now, they need any help they can, much like the actual Delhi Metro as well. Another fun fact for all my fellow Delhiites out there, that when the Delhi Metro was inaugurated in 2013, there were many time restraints on the construction crew in India. So, like, a couple of the train compartments were imported from Germany, the initial train compartments. So, yeah, another Delhi Metro trivia for all of you viewers out there. Hope you enjoyed it. Now, coming back to the Delhi Metro team at hand, busy. Oh, elimination of VZ right there. Attackers still down in numbers, going to be committing this B side take, but there is retaliation as he is still there. He got a kill on mid, now he's back on market. And in this post plan, Medal Esports have plenty of time. The Blade Storm, even the Cosmic Divide if they would like, but Tricky from above, he will rain fire, he will rain blades. It's all on to Chevy. Sheriff in hand, close quarter combat, Batman secures it, and that's the 7th and the lead confirmed for Medal Esports.
Here.
It's just fast and quick with this. And that is what you would love to see from Metal. They have the talent to boot, and when it comes down to maps like Ascent, where they know for a fact that they can take full control, they're doing it to perfection. But Delhi Metro, they're going in for executes a little bit too fast. They're not really using their utility to gain any form of an advantage or a kill. There's no combo setups whatsoever throughout this entire playthrough. And Hoax, he's been throwing out his grenade, yes, but he's been throwing out in positions he's expecting someone to be in, without really using his teammates to give him the information before he throws something in. And it's just not gonna work like this. Not on this particular map against the composition that they're facing. The Killjoy is such a massive problem for them to deal with. And now with the Prowler, he's still able to get one kill before he does die out, so that's perfect for him.
Yeah. And you still
Batman.
have Batman in the bomb site. He can do so much damage. Does anyone check the corner? No, they don't. Hoax is not checking that angle.
planted.
Batman is waiting. Killjoy lockdown. Now is the time for the Astra to strike. He's one. He gives the info. Batman. All right. He gets one. It's still a 2 versus 2 scenario. The attackers outside of the Killjoy lockdown. That's going to be 1 kill. Hoax is alive. Kicking about in A main. Sees the player. It is going to be the third for God Bixby. And Medal Esports, they get their 8th, be it the Odin, be it the Operator, or just the Vandal. And the positioning that the Astra had, they get another round on board.
They kind of oofed it a little bit there, but hey, it's fine. Batman, he had pretty much 2 free kills over there, but sometimes it just doesn't work.
Enemy remaining.
All right. So, penultimate round of the first half. Medal Esports, they won 8 rounds consecutively. Okay, I just missed that. Yeah, I just saw it. 8 rounds back to back to back. Delhi Metro under immense pressure. And there is still a chance, we can have a 10-2. There's also that 8-4, 9-3. Any of those can happen. It's dependent on how Delhi Metro want to play. Right now, they want to be
Spike
extra
down A.
aggressive. They want to be extra in the face of the attackers. They are ready. 2 ultimates have been utilized, Nightfall and Showstopper. They get the information, but the kills still go in favor of the defenders just yet. Counter Nightfall out. JN's position is given away. Spamfire soon. He's tagged and now he's gone. Medal outnumber Delhi Metro 2-1 for the time being, and that's it. Pure elimination. Another round win, aggressive.
Last round before the switch.
Round in. And hey, CCV. Do you know what we're closer
Yeah,
to?
I know. Yeah. It's
a
like
favorite.
you don't expect me
It's a
to
favorite.
notice it already since the past 3 rounds. It's already in the back of my mind, like, oh, the closer we go to that scoreline.
It's Ascent. It's the
Right.
9 and 3. It's the
Sure.
origin of our beliefs.
Yeah, okay. Sure, buddy, sure.
You want to play? Let's play.
But I don't think it's gonna be that easy to do medal.
Agreed.
With the push over onto mid, shutting down Shibby early. Badman. He comes alive for this one. Shuts down Hulk's immediate. Wise Horse, he's looking for the flash. He's gonna try to run himself away. Not opting to go in for the peak. So that's a pretty smart one. JN missing a very crucial shot though. The thing that cost him, and God Vexy shuts down another one. JN, he tries to make a play, but he falls flat on his face instead. 10 and 2 guaranteed. CCB seems like just like Metal, you have also cost him.
I mean, or Medal are just playing better than Delhi Metro for the time being. Let's see, Batman taking it, spam fire from VZ. What's he doing? Well, now he sees the Astra, now he guns her down. That's it. 10 and 2. Double digits already at the end of the first half. This 1 minute of tactical timeout that Delhi Metro will have needs to be very, very important. And in this 1 minute tactical timeout, if there are any people from Delhi listening into this, I gotta ask, which is your favorite Delhi Metro station? Personally, for me, it's gotta be well, I'm trying to think. Botanical Garden is definitely a personal favorite of mine because it's always full of people and it's very, very busy as well. But there are many underrated metro stations out there, especially where the line switches happen. That's also really good. But okay, it's a question on to all the audience members, Right now, let's come back to the game. Just to do a little bit of trivia. I need to get some public information about the metro system out here. But aggressive, alright. My question to you, not about the metros, but about Delhi Metro, the team, is do you see any way, any rational way they can make a comeback into this best of 3?
I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, it's just... I feel as though the team has completely broken down mentally and physically. Because
That's true.
I don't see an inkling of a way they can bring it back. JN pushing through an astral divide onto heaven. Is that even a good idea to do, my man?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the deficit just seems so much for the side of Delhi Metro. 8 rounds just to make a comeback, not to mention they don't have any buffer period. That's the problem. If Medal Esports, they win 1 round, 11. If Medal win 2, series point, best of 3 point, 3 and it's already over. Delhi Metro need to win like 8 rounds with just giving away a maximum of 1, perhaps even 2. That's it. That right there is also a problem. Winning 8 rounds in of itself against Medal is not that big of a deal. We already saw Delhi Metro get 11 on Fracture. It's that they don't have time. They cannot buy time for themselves. Every single round lost is one step closer to getting eliminated out of the Challenger Series. Oh, let's see the pistol round. This time, it's DM on attack. Similar kind of composition. This time, it's the Chamber on defense alongside Fade and KO. And also, of course, the Raze is present as well. So, the fragment goes through. Medal Esports back out of that gunfight on B main. Now wanting to rotate over towards mid. It's going to be the classic Astra Nebula to prevent any lines of sight from taking place. Then they can move on forward. Really nothing out of the ordinary so far for the side of the attackers. And they are also, just like what Delhi Metro were trying, they're looking for that initial avenue to push from.
From the sides, and Chivy, he does get the first kill. Taking out the raid boss early is very much important because Tricky's been an absolute unit in so many of these rounds, but now that he's finally being shut down, that's way better for their side. JN missed out on a couple of important frags, but hopes is going to be able to finish it off with the grenade. Beautifully done to make one low and then find up the frags from the sides. And it seems as though the members of Delhi Metro, the defensive side, could just be theirs. The curse is not present, but who needs it when you have the skill to do it?
10 seconds left.
Yeah, that's it. Metal Fox, no time on the clock. That's it. Round over. Delhi Metro get their third. And a good fought out round. That was the thing. Is that as soon as we saw the side swap take place and we saw the change in the dynamic, it seems like there's a second wind in Delhi Metro. So I'm still going to, I mean, as of now, I'm still going to stand by my opinion, and I will wholeheartedly agree with you, Aggie, as well, is that it's a little too much for Delhi Metro to achieve, but I'm not saying they are just completely out of it. I would only make that statement if it's like a 12-4, 12-5, anything along the lines of that. But there is that slightest chance. It's a 95 to 5% chance, but the 5% is there. Delhi Metro have got to make sure they keep on to that chance. They hold on to it. Anti-eco for their side. Medal Esports, upgraded pistols. They don't have many high hopes from this round. They just need to eliminate some players, get rid of some guns, and that must be it. We're waiting it out. So, for the side of Delhi Metro, they just have to hold their ground practically, you know, just like the pistol round. Wait for the attackers, kill them with their Spectres, kill them with the Marshals, plain and simple.
And he gets another one for himself. And with this first, ooh, Chan, he spotted the player. He's gonna be able to get this frag easy. Come on, he needs to get it. One more from the side, jumping around from the top. Badman's gonna be able to shut it all down, but
Spike down.
they only get a Marshal for their trouble, so this Marshal better hit the shots. Otherwise, they're gonna get put into a bag
One enemy remaining.
and then tossed over from the side.
Oh, that's that. All right. So that is now Delhi Metro getting another. For the side of Medal Esports, full buy. But as we have a look at the instant replay, not much. Good no scope, as you had said. JN looking for more. And it was, I mean, after this point, it was done, you know. Medal Esports had pushed forward into the defender spawn. But it's the, I mean, it doesn't change the fact that they just had classics and frenzies to their name. Meanwhile, their opposition were rocking Spectres and Marshals. So that's that. In the past, just like the first half, Delhi Metro took the pistol, took the anti-eco, but this is where Medal struck. And after they did, as soon as they got their round wins, no one could stop them. And I fear for Delhi Metro, it's the same proposition they're in. It's waited out. B execute, tricky, front line of the attack, beautiful headshot. The Prowler affects him, and as he also goes down, so there is that bit of counter retaliation from the side of Delhi Metro. They've got their guns working for them. Shivi has managed to get a double, but the man advantage still lies within the attackers.
Five. It's a 3 versus 2 situation. Tricky though. I don't think he's gonna give up the space easily. Holtz, he's gonna go in for the run and gun. Catches him on the swing though. Perfectly done. I'm gonna have it by Tricky this time around. Still, 2 versus 2 situation. Still uncontested. Godvexy playing the first line of contact. Reaches out for the first play. Swinging out from the side of Batman as well. Gets the double kill, and the crossfire is gonna be beautiful. Shivi doesn't even expect it. Which angle does he peek? Does he peek left? Does he peek right? Because there's no proper answer for any of this. He needed to pull off a miracle if he wanted to bring this round around for their side. And with this, 11-4, one more round closer to reach that match point margin. Honestly, I think both of the teams are sweating here. Because we know for a fact, CCP, to close out a game is a lot more difficult to try and get a lead in it.
That is true. Oh, okay, good shot for him. Showstopper pulled out, but Ezzy shuts him down before he could go for it. We still have Tricky. One headshot, and Delhi Metro, their antics on the map of Fracture are not going to be working on Ascent. They gotta realize this. They wanted to try something different, and you can't really fault them because of the fact that previously their general strategies aren't working out, but this one as well leads to the same result. Medal Esports, they've got the man advantage, but just slightly. Tricky, extremely low on HP. Thing is, can he move forward? Can he, help his team in any way, shape, or form, still getting that kill? Of course he can. As the Jet, you have that capability of that dive, if possible. But for that, he needs another kill to unlock that tailwind. As for Delhi Metro, yeah, they're just going to hold it out. They've got good positioning. Their prediction of it being a B take is correct. Just wait and watch. Shivi is there. Great position. It will easily let them get one kill, but already Godbexy sneaks past into the A-bomb side, realizes it's completely up for grabs, gives the position, gives the information to Medal Esports, who changed their position, and now move on forward to a post-launch scenario very, very soon.
What I didn't really understand about that very fast aggressive push onto mid was, why was there no Astra utility on B lobby? Did you see that? No Astra utility whatsoever. No suck, no stun, nothing. They placed a smoke, and that's pretty much it. That's not what you do whenever you're playing a composition like this. Wheezy, the setup was not done properly, and Hoax, he could have easily gotten a double kill there if the setup was done proper. Again, remember what I said? This entire composition relies on you having perfect utility usage. And if you don't, then you're just gonna fall flat on your face.
Mm-hmm. It is unfortunate for the side of Delhi Metro that it's got to come down to this, but it is the problem. They opted for this comp, and they have to suffer any repercussions that come with it. So, attackers all towards A main, Delhi Metro saving their guns. And that's that. One round away, Medal Esports from this time securing a spot in the finals of the qualifier. Previously, they were denied this opportunity by the likes of Lethal Esports, who themselves have secured a spot in the group stages. Medal Esports, if they win here, they will have their next matchup. I believe it's going to be against August, right? I will have to check the brackets to confirm this. But it's either against August or it's against Reckoning, one of them. But Medal are hungry for the win. And as a matter of fact, every single team will be. So tomorrow's matches are going to be intense, as right now, there is that 0 point. Hoax! What a play. Gets one, but that's it. Now has been shut down. Medal are ready for yet another execute, but I don't think they'll be properly going forward with this. Oh wait, no, they are. Okay.
Dude, they nearly pulled off the paper X strategy. And I think I understand exactly what they're going in for. A lot of these strats were used by paper X in Masters. And I analyzed every single one of these strategies. It was a pretty good idea, but the weaponry was still not in their favor. They're gonna fall because of it. One more from the sidelines, and
Ooh.
Tricky's gonna be able to get the shutdown kill that he wanted. JN tried to retaliate, but Tricky, man. So good, so simple, so systematic. Right click straight to the face,
Attackers win.
and metal. They take it all away. 13 and 4, an absolute rundown coming in from Tricky, man.
Hmm.
God damn, was that absolutely beautiful.
Amazing, amazing play right there. Medal Esports having total control of this entire map. I mean, think of Fracture 13-11, now 13-4. And the thing is, this wasn't even Medal's pick. It was selected by Delhi Metro, but unfortunately, it won't be theirs. The best of three as well, not going their way. Sadly for their side, they're out of the Challenger Series. They played in the first qualifiers, they couldn't make it there. They participated in the second qualifiers. They were this close of getting into the finals, where at least they would have secured, even if they lost a wildcard spot, but no, it won't be the case. Let's have a revisit on the map of Ascent, starting from the first round, and see just how exactly Medal Esports managed to pull through. It was always the pistol round that worked for Delhi Metro and the anti-eco as well. They got the pistol in the first half, and in the second half as well, and subsequently the next round. But after that, it was shut down. It felt as if as soon as Medal Esports got their hands on those rifles, the better weaponry, things were looking so much more better for their side, and so many of those skills went their way as well.
Once these weaponry upgrades come in, it's as if a team just completely turns tail, but you have to give credit where credit is due. Every single member came alive from the side of Medal Esports. No one played haphazardly. The shots were being hit by players like Ezzy, Badman, anyone that you wanted to come alive on that server, they did. If they needed to show up, they will. And when you have a team like this to work around with, especially on this particular map, which is a bare bones basic map, by the way. But the end just didn't work out. Pretty
Mhm.
good. Honestly, I have to say it was a pretty good one for their end. Delhi Metro at the end of the day just they didn't play this composition enough to make this work. It's a very hard composition to run. So they need time, they need a lot of practice. This is not something that you can just pick up and instantly use. Timing needs to be perfect, and at the end of the day, just really didn't work out in their favor whatsoever.
Yeah, sadly for their side, just didn't work out. Middle Esports, they're looking a lot more stronger. Good plays from Delhi Metro, but sadly it won't be it. But you know what? There's also a little bit of just the slightest bit of silver lining. Of course, it's very unfortunate they've lost the spot in the group stages. Of course, in the LAN as well, they can't be there. But for Delhi Metro, it's good that this best of three ended before 11:30 p.m. because after 11:30 the Delhi Metro shuts down. So that's I think that'll be my final. I think that'll be my final Delhi Metro
You have
joke
one more.
of the
I
day.
think you have one more in you. Just do it.
I'll try. Thing is, all of these are original, right? So it's a lot on the spot that I'm thinking of. But yeah, for the time being, still all jokes aside, I know I've made many Delhi Metro jokes, and that's all about just the team sharing the names with, of course, our public railway system or like the public transport system. But as for the players, as for the teams, they definitely are looking promising. They have to put in some work against Medal. Okay, yeah, Ascent really didn't go their way. Even if we look at it from a numerical perspective, the performances of Delhi Metro were far like they lacked what they had on Fracture, even with kills. Shivi 9, Wheezy as well 9. Wheezy was like the MVP for their side in the previous map. He almost got a near like 20 kills or something. This time 9 and 13, White Horse 8 and 15. No matter who the player was, it just wasn't enough when you compare it to what Medal Esports managed to do. 14 and 10 for Fox, Badman 17 and 9, almost a KD of 2 for him. Tricky also 17 and 9. I mean, everyone put in their part, and that's why Medal managed to win with such an extreme scoreline, 13-4.
At the end of the day, it really does come down to the team which practices more and have stuck together for the longest time. Tricky just being an absolute driving force for his entire team. Honestly speaking, 13 and 11 for map number one was not something out of the ordinary considering how Tricky was playing on the race. It's really difficult to get a lot of value out of the race early on, but as soon as your team starts to click together, that is when everything just falls into place. But for Ascent, man, he just played phenomenal. Ezzy, Batman, they were coming up and showing their mechanical dominance and, of course, the team playing coordination beautifully. But from the other side, I honestly do believe that Delhi Metro, they played the proper composition. They had the idea of what they really wanted to do, but they haven't drilled it enough to make it happen. So I hope they do stick together. But again, these are a group of friends who just are playing together for the hell of it. So why the hell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah, every single time, man. All right. But yeah, for the side of Delhi Metro, definitely a good run that they had. But unfortunately, their journey now comes to an end. It was the final stop in this Delhi Metro. The doors will open to the left. They do have to mind the gap. They'll be out of the Challenger Series. As for the side of Medal Esports, yep, we have our final four teams confirmed that will be moving on forward. We have got Anari Army. We have got and just now Medal. We have got Reckoning as well. And of course, our final team, we have got Augless. Tomorrow, right here at the Esports Club, our YouTube channel and our Loco channel as well. Subscribe, follow if you're watching us on Loco. Make sure you don't miss any notifications because tomorrow at 4 p.m. and at 8 p.m. same times, we'll be going live with the finals of the qualifier. Tomorrow is when we decide which will be the two teams moving on forward, securing a spot in the group stages. And of course, we'll have the wildcard event as well. And then we've got the group stages itself to determine which will be the four teams moving on forward into the Esports Club Arena taking place on the 12th, 13th, and 14th in Bangalore, August. That is, go in the description, grab yourself some tickets. Again, free of cost. And you definitely have to be there. It is going to be an amazing event. If you already don't know exactly what will be taking place, it is so much more than Valorant. Go to our social media, check out all the posts that we have made so far, highlighting all the information that will be present. And while you're down there, while you're, scouring through the description, if you want to get better at games, if you want, just in general, to have a better experience gaming, you can pick yourself up a laptop powered by AMD Mobile Ryzen processors. Top of the line stuff, really good performance for gaming, for work, really good, solid stuff right there. They've got all the models, top tier, mid tier, and even entry tier processors and laptops ranging in those price points. You can get Windows 11 in that laptop as well, really good optimized operating system, and of course you can power them with Crucial. But this stream was powered for the past couple of hours. We had our two best of threes today, but now we'll be taking a leave. So myself, CCV, alongside Aggressive, we'll be joining you tomorrow at the same time. Till then, take care and bye-bye.
From the legends of memory and storage, Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics. from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.